Hello everyone, it's Nancy, and I'm going to redo my hobo flip. I don't know what happened last night. Well, first I better turn on the light because it looks like I've got too much shadowing. Okay, hopefully that'll be good. I tried to upload a video yesterday and I thought I did, and it's gone, and I had already erased it off of my card because I've got a little itty bitty card, so I'm going to redo it again. Anyway, I started January. I used to use a Hobonichi, and I started January using a regular Hobonichi, and this is a 2015 cover, and which I housed my Hobonichi in for a while until it got too fat, and then I've got the Fox cover on it. And I keep 4 pens in the pen loops, or 4 writing instruments. I've got a 4-colored pen here and a highlighter, and then over here I've got a pencil in case I want to sketch something that I don't feel comfortable in drawing with ink. And then I've got a permanent marker, or a permanent pen. I've got a Prismacolor right now. I was using the Sharpie fine line pen, but it would smear on me when I'm using some of my media, which I'm going to show you about. I have changed, I was doing just plain old watercolors, and anyway, I'll get to that later. And I changed some of my little procedures. I've just got just a bunch of junk in here, and I'm using this as the front page is a dashboard of sorts, putting little notes and stuff so I don't forget things. And I think I showed this to you last month. I'm doing, using, no, my light. Okay, that's better. I'm using my yearly spread, half a year on 2 pages, as like a birthday reminder, anniversary reminder. So I make cards. I want to be able to remember certain dates just by glancing at them. Some months are better than others. I've got a whole bunch of birthdays in September and October, and I like to, get my card making stuff way ahead of time so I can, get going with that. Then I've got my month on 2 pages, and here I am for January. I am an accountant, so surprisingly, I had a lot of stuff going on in January when I'm doing all my accounting. So I like to put a mild liner around my appointments so I do not forget them. They stand right out. Sometimes I'll put my goals here, and some of my big to-dos, which I've got to check off yet. I haven't done that yet for January, so I guess that really didn't work. And my weekly is really like my bullet journal. And let's see, this started out the last week of December. And I was also using it for a food journal, trying to lose weight. I would put my to-dos on the side here, and I usually waited till the week was over to decorate, so in case I needed to write things. I check off things as I do them, and then if some little things or things that I can put on a certain day, I will put them on the top of the, each day. And then if I don't do them, I will highlight them so that I carry them week forward. I was doing the water thing, marking down my water, but I really didn't, that didn't help me to remember what to do, to drink more water. So I've still got that issue. I'm recording my food and writing down a few things so that I wouldn't forget what I have done, keeping track of different things that I'm working on. Took down my Christmas things and how I was feeling and whatever. So this has been working out very fine, and you know, even with the hectic month that I've had, I've been able to work on this and look at it, and it really has been a very good way for me just to just have the one book that I grab, because that was my problem last year. It's like, did I put the note in my Midori Traveler's Notebook? Did I put it in my little small Hobonichi, my A6? Where did I put the note that I was, my Filofax? Where did I put my appointments? So I wanted to simplify things, and that's why I'm doing it all in this book. And I think that this is going to work for me for the whole year. I don't put anything in here that is work related, because I have my own thing out there, and this is just basically for my art, my music, the things that I've got to do outside of my job. And so, you know, pay bills, work on a certain art project, you know, do whatever. So that's what this is, and I put little stars on if I've done particularly good or if I did some exercise. This week was February, and this when the accountant was, the CPA was up here. So that, I'm glad that that is over with. So my daily pages I use for my art journal, or if I wanted to write, I could, but I do write in my Midori Traveler's Notebook for a diary type of thing. I started off the year with year goals, what I wanted to accomplish this year, and you know, and decorated it with some watercolor. And here I was using you know, my small pen and doing the watercolor, putting a few little stickers on there. You know, I tried to take advantage of my days off, so I cleaned off my desk, and it looks very pretty. And my son bought me a new computer for Christmas, so I had a lot of stuff to do because I'm using a PC, and now this is a Mac, so I have to learn how to transfer my files and everything. And I found some purses that I forgot I had, and I guess I have enough purses, but who can ever have enough purses, right? January 2nd was Sunday, and so I painted the little flower that you get it for around Christmas time. I also went up and took pictures of a commission, and I was thanking Bob on the way back, because the commission entails painting somebody's house that has Christmas decorations on it. And this guy really does, you know, like the Griswold thing from, you know, Christmas Vacation. And you could probably see his house in space. And so it takes Bob taught me how to take pictures when there's things lit up, so that you don't, you know, black out the whole background, and it will give me good references to work on my painting. I did my final Phobo Flip video on this day when I got back, so it was a really nice day. No, this was Sunday. This is Saturday. Went to church, went to grocery shopping, and I really love painting food. I do that a lot. I made some dry rub barbecued wings, and oh my goodness, were they good. Now I know why they call it dry rub, because you put the spices on afterwards, and it's just awesome, awesome, awesome. So watch the Packers lose to the Vikings. Bummer, bummer, bummer. And Okay, this is Monday. I think I'm gonna, write Monday, like the days of the week larger because I really, when I work like 6 or 7 days a week, I don't know what day it is half the time. So I think I'm gonna write my days bigger, so at least more legible. So it was first day back to work. I had to, I always try to not be stressed and work on projects, one thing by one thing. And this Bird by Bird, that is a book by Anne Lamott and talking about how to attack a huge project and doing one thing at a time. I got a hard drive to put my pictures on for my new computer. And I got a really nice book haul, everything that I need to know, some devotionals, a brand new Bible. I love getting books. And if anybody wants a video on, my book haul, my Bible study book haul, just let me know and I will make one. Tuesday was mammogram day. And for some odd reason, I decided to get up at 3:30 in the morning, and I tossed and turned, got up, walked around. Then I decided, well, what the heck, I might as well just stay up. And so I made my coffee and I was ready to go. I had showered, put on makeup, jewelry, everything, ready to go by 6 a.m. So it made me think of my grandmother who used to get dressed and all ready with her coat on, sitting on the chair waiting for my dad like 2-3 hours before she would go to the doctor. So I thought, oh, I'm just like her. So it just made me think of her. And so I was pooped out by the time went to mammogram and my counseling. And so when I came home, I was in bed by 4:30. I kid you not. Got up at 7, ate 2 bananas, and went back to bed. I looked at my new books, and it's very exciting to learn more about God. I was feeling rested that day, and so now I've got my big piles of work to do, and then the accountant gave me more assignments that he could have given me in December to do, and I could have gotten them done. And he says, well, I don't know what you're doing right now, Nancy. And I'm like, yes, you do. You know what I'm doing right now. Anyway, he's dense. I got, in the mail, I got the Marie Osmond Resistance Band. I have really bad knee and ankle arthritis, so I could do a lot of exercises from sitting in a chair or standing up, and so that's been working out well for me. I just got to do it more often, but now that I'm over with my accounting crapola month, I can do that. I started taking down my Christmas and had made my chili and watched GH. On the 7th, I had an eye doctor appointment, and my dilation lasted for 4 hours, so I couldn't see to drive home, and that was a lot of fun. I packed up some of Bob's shirts to send to my sister-in-law. She's going to have them made into pillows to become like hug pillows for gifts, and one of them will be for me, one of them will be for his brother and my grandchildren. And so that was really hard for me to do them, but it was the right thing for me to do. I also had to get a new battery when I went to town, so for my watch, and I knew that Bob had this little Swiss Army knife credit card thing. I had given it to him, right when we first started going out together, and he loved it, and he could open the things up and get the things out with his arthritis better than having the regular Swiss Army knife. So he used it all the time. He kept it in his credit card case, and it's just so really hard for me to take his things and use them as mine. I mean, his his bag is still set up with his credit cards in it, his driver's license, the keys to the car and the house, all sitting there just waiting on the chair. I'm telling you, cray I am. Some things I can go, and do okay. I'm getting better with, but other things, his office, haven't touched it. Not since the whole finding all of those art materials. That's, I'm just going to wait. My daughter's going to come up this spring and we're going to go through things, but I just can't do it myself. Now, I packed up Christmas and got that all down. We had rain, sleet, and snow, all three. Yay, yay. And I really do not like winter. Worked on my new computer and had waffles and coffee for dinner, decaf. But it still makes you go to the bathroom, just so you know, all night long. Why is it that your artificial tree never fits back into the box? Why is it? It like grows while it's out. Only 8 degrees. Still having a hard time, transferring my stuff. I haven't done anything, and I'm waiting for my support from Dubai, my son, to call me. And he did, and I did get things situated. Now I have to remember what he told me a month ago because I haven't worked on it. Not feeling very well. Tried to work on my iMac. Watched the Packer game and went to sleep in the afternoon. It's been a really bad month for me. Only one today on the 11th and got some stuff done, and I wasn't feeling well. I have an earache and arthritis. I went to bed with my bed buddy, and then again, I hate winter. Oh, and I painted my fingernails. Don't those look lovely? Green. My grandchildren brought me green nail polish, so I had to put green on and take a picture of it and send it to them. So I've got the chills today. I must have been fighting with somebody in my bed that night. I woke up and all my covers looked like they were a big knot. I had to wear 2 sweaters. I was so cold. It's -9. I don't even remember what the wind chill was. That was the regular temperature. And still trudged through work. Made a good dinner though. Felt better on the 13th, so hey, it's halfway through the month and I'm supposed to have all this stuff done by the end of the month. So I worked till 9:30 that night, all day and all night, but I'm feeling better, so I got a lot of stuff done. My daughter bought me a Powerball using Bob's birthday, and so did my sister-in-law, and we did not win, and so I guess I'll go to work tomorrow. And somebody hacked into Bob's emails again, and so I thought, it's time to, get rid of them. I don't want his friends and stuff getting spam, and so I got rid of him. It just feels like I'm erasing him, and, it's just crazy. Like I said, I'm cray-cray. Had a hard day at work, counting the months till retirement. Word of the day. I get the dictionary word of the day every day, and that day was herbitude. I'll have to look at the pronunciation of that. The state of being dull, lethargy. And I thought, oh, they're talking about accountants for real. And folded my wash that I did a few days ago, and had pizza, the food of accountants during tax time. Feeling tired. I just did a productive day, though. I did stay in focus, put salt on the ground, filled the feeders, talked to my brother-in-law about pains and vacation, and I'm thinking about fall vacation already. And I practiced my fiddle. Here I've got the protest page, and I wanted to talk to you about the materials I'm using. I was using just plain old watercolors with a water brush, and I dug out I had these watercolor brush pens, and I know you've seen these, and this is how they fit in here. But they're kind of a pain to use like this. I do not like, you know, them in this tray. You know, it's just hard to get them in and out, in and out. So I took them all out of here. And hey, this is plastic. I took them all out of here and put them in a box. And I also I put them upside down so I can see the color good. And I also have been using my Pitt pens. And I don't have a whole lot of colors, but I've got enough. You know, they're fine. And I use them in conjunction with each other. But the Sharpie pen that I was using, the little fine point Sharpie pen, smears. So that's why I look like I've got a beard. Because I use the marker. I've got the flesh colors, the selection for the Pitt pens, and so you can just whip on the color for your face, and then it's smeared all of the black. And I know I let it go, you know, waited long enough. It wasn't like I drew it and then put the color on, and it still did it with the watercolor brushes. So on another page, so that was kind of a bummer. And I switched out my fine lining pen then. But I'm protesting winter. Give spring a chance. What happened to the milkman? Rentals in Florida. And my apologies to John and Yoko. And I wasn't going out, and I didn't go out for 2 entire weeks. I said, you can't make me. Next day, typing tax forms. The whole state of Wisconsin is frozen. -9. Don't even know what the wind chill was. It didn't matter. I wasn't going out. Made some spicy meatballs, though they were very good. My sister's recipe. And yeah, Sunday, and I'm working. Yeah. All right. The 18th, Monday, feeling cold, tax avalanche, all those papers that I typed up on Sunday fell all over the floor, did some exercises, talked to my sister, and had spicy leftover meatballs. So, you know, the coloring is, you know, those pens really make it quick. But they are very, very juicy, and so they don't stay put really good. The Hobonichi paper is real slick, and it doesn't absorb the water really fast, so it kind of spreads out. So you have to be careful when you're drawing on here. If you've ever seen, oh, what is her name? Oh, I can't think of it. My poor brain. But I'll try to link it below. But anyway, somebody else who uses these pens that's very popular, and oh, the little ink, that's who, and she uses it very sparingly, and then, you know, pushes it around with the water brush pen. Another thing that you can do is get a piece of plastic, like a cover off of a container, but it should be white instead of this gray. Or you can just take, you know, a plain old piece of plastic and take your brush pen, and this works for all watercolor brush pens, every single one. So if you've got Tombow markers, if you've got distress markers, whatever, you take a piece of plastic and you rub, and then you can actually blend. Oh, that's green. All right, I've got green. I'll put a yellow on here. You can blend with this, which is really cool. And then you take your watercolor brush, and then you just, you know, blend the colors together to get the desired color. And you have a little bit more control when you do this. See, it doesn't spread all out like it did right here. It went over my lines, but that's all right. So that's another thing that you can do with all watercolor markers, and it works very well. I just didn't realize that that's what it was doing. I took out my grandmother's rosary, and I'm trying to memorize the rosary prayers, and it was just so nice to have her rosary. My mother gifted that to me before she died. And today was the 5 years of when she passed away. I talk about being a Libra, that we like everything in balance, and when things aren't in balance, it's very irritating. And I was having some problems that day getting things to balance. My grandson's 8-year-old birthday. My daughter took him to a rock wall down in Milwaukee, and it was so fun. You know, it looked like they had a wonderful time. Typing more tax forms. I played my fiddle, and I ordered a book on nature drawing from John Muir Laws, and I'm going to do a review on that tonight. Had cookies, bad, and chicken pot pie for dinner. On the 21st, I got up to fill up my little funky teapot feeder, and the stinking squirrels took the cover off of my teapot feeder. There it is. It was gone. I was so mad. You know, now what am I going to do? So I left it. I didn't fill it up at all that day. I have other feeders too. But I didn't want the snow to get in there and you know, wreck any of the seed. Tired of paperwork. And I talked to my grandson about his birthday, and I was just so tired and, you know, so sick of looking at paperwork. I just sat there and deleted emails, like all the crappy emails you get, you know, buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. I sat there and watched GH and deleted emails that night. Real productive. Well, I guess it had to be done. It was sunny today, still 9 degrees. Thank goodness it's Friday. And still can't get some problem with my financials right. Found my teapot, and it was behind a tree in a snowbank, so I put duct tape on it so that I can just flip it open to fill it up. So they haven't taken that off yet. And yes, I had pizza again. You know, I wonder why I'm not losing weight. Feeling tired. I had to go to my lesson, my music lesson, and I went to grocery shopping and had some coffee at McDonald's. And I bought some malto meal, and I just felt like hugging it. So that's why I said hug your cereal. I used to eat this when I was a little kid, so it just made me feel like, you know, that's what I should be doing, is hugging it. And then when I left town too late, and it was dusk and a beautiful, beautiful sunset, and I'm looking at it, you know, wondering how I was going to paint it and all that, and boom, stinking deer, right? You know, I got his little butt, and he did not die. He ran, but he cracked my grill and my fender, so I've got to get that fixed. And I could just hear Bob. I could just hear him all the way home telling me, you know, Nancy, I can't be with you anymore. You've got to watch for deer and stop looking for paintings. And I've got to do that. I got too used to doing that when he was driving all the time. And that's what I do. I look, but I've got to remember to pull over and stop when I'm doing that. Ay. So, money out the window there. Full moon. I don't think I looked at it though. I took a nap, typing more forms, looked out. Oh yeah, and it was a Sunday, wasn't it? Oh my goodness. Yep, still working. Went out and looked at the car, because by the time I had gotten home it was too dark, and I saw what was broken. And I bought myself a little ham, so I made myself a little ham dinner. Got the taxes all out, 25th, they're due on February 1st, so yay, I'm a whole week early. And it's a miracle. And I worked on odds and ends, trying to catch up on different other things, and got some more books. I got a Bible dictionary, and a prayer book, and a book about Lent, and had leftover ham, and took a nap after work. So I'm really liking those Pitt pens with the watercolor markers. I think those are pretty cool. And I used some of these flake stickers. These are kind of puffy, and I had bought them like 2 years ago and I didn't use them. And so I'm started using them, and they're not sticky anymore, so I have to glue them down. 9 inches of snow we had is not much. We've had more cold than we've had snow this year. And today is Tuesday, and I told someone to have a good weekend because I didn't know what day it was. It felt like Friday. So I was working on closing the books after I got all my taxes out, and trying to figure out the little prayer book that I got. It's certain things that the priests and nuns and stuff read. Had breakfast for dinner, was so good. To bed early. And here I am walking the tax zombie walk into the cave of dead trees that I've killed over the past month. And pizza for dinner. Yeah. Why am I not losing weight? January's almost over, feeling frustrated. Haven't done any art except in here. I'm, reading something every day of spiritual health, no weight loss. I don't know why. I've been doing a little bit of exercise, but it's just not enough to counteract pizza and cookies. Oh, and here's another book that I bought, Spark Joy. Oh yeah, Bob would get a kick out of this, cleaning up, getting rid of my pilage. And then I wasn't feeling very good. I think I have too much stress. I went to bed. Got the package off to the accountants. One more adjustment, got it done. I don't wrap it like that. It's actually a disc that I send in a FedEx envelope, but I got it all done. It felt like I was, wrapping it. My garbage is overflowing in my office, and so I know I need to clean that. And then I was doing grabbing some stuff out of my closet. Why do I keep things? I really have, I'm like this close to being a hoarder. I had, rotten clothes that were all ripped up, all full of paint. Why am I keeping them? I threw them out. I quit at 4:30, regular quitting time. I had a glass of wine for getting the stuff off to the accountants, and I did some reading and had a relaxing evening, not thinking about accounting. The 30th, I went to town, and I needed poor bird seed and squirrel food, and I went all over the place. I needed some oil, got my oil changed on my car, and they had a light bulb sale at Ace, and I went to the beauty salon and got hair products and just a whole bunch of stuff. And then after dragging all of the bird seed in, I was tired from driving around, and I took a nap when I came home, and I had some tea. Filled up all my containers with bird seed the next day, and the squirrels were so happy. And I woke up leisurely at 8 o'clock, and I cleaned my office, got all the garbage out, and practiced my piano and fiddle and washed clothes. So it was a nice day. And I had chocolate malto meal and toast for dinner. And here's February. I'm done with January, so I've been working on the February stuff, so I will show that in the February flip, which is going to happen in a couple of weeks. So I thank you for watching, and if you have any questions on the stuff that I was using, let me know, and I will answer you, as soon as I can. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate everyone's interest and their caring thoughts that you post on my videos. I really appreciate it more and more than you know. Thank you, and I hope you have a warm weekend. It's supposed to be 40 tomorrow, and I'm going out and I'm taking my paint supplies with me. So I'm very excited about that. First time out painting since December. So I'm looking forward to it. So I got to get my house cleaned up because soon it will be plein air painting, and I'll still have a dirty house. Oh well, like that's never happened before. So I'm going to do this other video, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.